Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode. Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Stats. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at TE Picks over on X, ready to break down the Thursday slate. It is the final NHL slate until after the Olympic break. So, of course, we're going to have a few weeks off here with no NHL hockey. But that doesn't mean your guys are not going to get NHL content. If you've missed my previous announcements, starting tomorrow night, I'll be releasing videos for all 32 NHL teams, taking a look at how they've done so far this season, taking a look at players that have done well, as well giving them a grade from A plus to F on how their first half of the season has gone, and then taking a look at future bets and kind of giving my predictions for the teams for the rest of the season. And many of these shows I will have guests on with me as well. So you're not going to want to miss these shows. Great way to make it through the break without any NHL content. So coming soon here, starting tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to that, we'll start the show as we normally do, which is taking a look back at what happened yesterday. Morgan Geekie anytime goal. Unfortunately, did not cash. He wasn't able to score in that one. The Chicago Blackhawks and Columbus Blue Jackets. My premium play over on the site yesterday was Columbus in regulation, plus 110. The Chicago Blackhawks just really struggle against this Blue Jackets team for whatever reason. The Blue Jackets win by 2. They score 4+. They just dominate this Blackhawks team, getting the 4-0 win for the for the Blue Jackets. Back-to-back shutouts from both goaltenders to end to head into the Olympic break for Columbus. So Columbus is probably a team that wishes this Olympic break was not happening because, boy, are they red hot heading into the break. Montreal Canadiens and Winnipeg Jets. My member play of the day was on Montreal money line. I get it. Winnipeg's at home. Montreal should have been bigger favorites here in this game. Getting the 5-1 win in this game. No-brainer. No-brainer play here. The over 6 in Minnesota-Nashville cashed. It cashed in the first period. If you didn't get the 6, if you got the 6.5, which was my best bet on the show yesterday, so cashing the inaugural best bet on Picks on Net, which I got the over 6, but it was over 6 minus 125 at that point. As I said, cashed in the first period. So can't get better than that. And the draw also cashed, plus 325, quarter unit sprinkle there. Unfortunately, Kaprizov did not score, and there was one time where he had hit the puck, and it was going to the line. It was going to the line, but somebody stopped it. Somebody stopped it before it went across the line, but it was so close. We couldn't get past. Couldn't get past there. And then Will Smith did not score. So his road goal streak kind of comes to an end there. So overall on the site yesterday, small 0.10, so basically an even day, but small winning day. And then here on the show, winning day overall because of that draw. So looking to keep it going here with our final slate before the Olympic break. Jump into the chat here. Hi, Terry, I'm listening. Thanks, Timothy. Hope all is well. Happy Thursday, Terry. You too, Jay's back. Hope all is well as with you as well. And William, hey, Terry, good stuff. Listening as always. Thank you, William. Appreciate it. But we've got 7 games to break down today. So we will jump right into it here with our very first game, which just happens to be one of the few games I don't have a play on to start the show. But Carolina minus 210, road favorites. The Rangers plus 175, home dogs, a total of 6 here. In this one, looking at goalies, Brandon Bussey confirmed for Carolina. Jonathan Quick likely here for the Rangers. It's not been great for Quick. I guess that's a nice way to put it. 1-8-1 with a 4.67 goals against average and an 825 save percentage in his last 10 games. It's probably near the end for Jonathan Quick of his career. But Bussy on the other side, getting the 4-3 win, stopping 24-27 shots in his last game. Clear goaltending advantage here with Bussy. It's not even close here. Complete opposites when it comes to goaltending here. How do these two teams do against each other? Carolina 6-1 in the last 7 meetings, 1 over, 4 unders, and 1 push in recent meetings. I couldn't look at the under here at all with how this Rangers team is playing. If I was getting into something here, it would probably be Carolina on the puck line at plus 120. I think the Canes should take care of business here. But already a lot of plays. Didn't really like the odds here overall, plus 120. So going to pass here on this one. But the Hurricanes should take care of business here in this one. Let's take a look at players on streaks here in this one that have value. Jordan Staal is a point in 4 games in a row, plus 150. He continues to be hot. Vladislav Gavrikov for the Rangers has a point in 3 games in a row, plus 146. Goal streaks. Sebastian Aho, 3 games in a row, plus 175. Jordan Staal, back-to-back games, and 3 of his last 5 games with a goal, plus 389. Definitely value on Jordan Staal props. Andrei Svechnikov has a power play point in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 210. JT Miller and Mika Zibanejad for the Rangers both have power play points in 3 games in a row, plus 260 for Miller, plus 220 for Zibanejad. And then assists, JT Miller assists 3 games in a row, plus 107. Nikolai Ehlers, 3 of his last 5 games, plus 160. Gavrikov assists 3 games in a row, plus 198. And Svechnikov, back-to-back games, 3 of his last 5 with an assist, plus 126 here in this one. Terry, I got Svechnikov a point, Aho point, and JT Miller assist. Yeah, not a bad. That's a parlay, I'm guessing. Not a bad parlay at all. I like it. Hurricanes puck line plus 120. I think that's the best way to go. And if you're betting the side in this one, team total over 3.5 minus 130, a little pricey, but yeah, Jonathan Quick. Blake point plus 139, Ehlers point minus 127. Ehlers power play point plus 300. Not bad. William likes JT Miller, Jarvis, and first period over. I am not a first period bettor. Not my thing, but it is a lot of other people's things. So I don't have the stats on that, so I can't comment on that. Gostis Bear assist plus 125, Jarvis anytime goal plus 140. All right. Best of luck. But we'll move on along to our second game here, which is the Nashville Predators and the Washington Capitals. The Preds plus 135, road dogs. The Caps minus 160, home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this one. Here, taking a look at goalies. Justice Annunen confirmed for Nashville, 5-6-2, 3.17 goals against average, 885 save percentage. Nobody yet announced for the Caps. Logan Thompson is unconfirmed, so not sure if he makes his return or if they go back to Clay Stevenson again here in this one. How do these two teams do against each other? Nashville, 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the two teams. They've had success against the Capitals in recent seasons. And surprisingly, 8 consecutive games between these two teams has gone under 5.5. So when these two teams play each other, usually low-scoring games. The total's here at a 6.5. But with past history stats, of course, not the all-end be-all, especially when it's a team like Nashville and Washington that only play each other twice per year. So, yes, Nashville's been more historically a low-scoring team, but their last 3 games, 4-3, 6-5, and 6-5. The Caps, 4-3, 4-3, 4-1, 4-2. So not going to get to the over, not going to get to the under here in this one. But a play that I could just not leave off my card. So not a full unit play, not a premium play for clients, but a free play here for the show, half unit play. Roman Josi, over half a power play point, plus 195 here in this one. When I saw the stats for this, I just had to bet it. Josi has a power play point in 8 of his last 10 games. That's extremely consistent. He also has won in 4 of his last 5 road games, and he's had success against the Capitals, a power play point in 4 of his last 5 games against Washington, despite how low scoring the games have been between the two teams. Josi has been able to get a power play point against this Capitals team. The Caps ranked around 20th overall on the PK. This Nashville Predators power play has been red hot recently. So half unit play, Roman Josi over half a power play point, plus 195 here in this game. But we will look at other players to mention here on hot streaks with value. Eric Holla, points in 3 games in a row, plus 165. Alexi Protas, points in 3 games in a row, plus 110. Evangelista, 7 of his last 10 games with a point, plus 105. Here, goal streaks. Philip Forsberg, 4 games in a row with a goal, plus 175. Would not be surprised to see him score on the power play. Josi has scored in 3 of his last 5 games, plus 460. And Anthony Beauvillier has scored in back-to-back games, plus 370 for the Caps. Power play points other than Josi. Forsberg, 3 games in a row, plus 230. Stamkos, Ryan O'Reilly, both 3 of their last 5 games with the power play point, plus 240 for Stamkos, plus 250 for O'Reilly. And then assist streaks, Josi, 3 games in a row with an assist, minus 115. Forsberg, back-to-back games with an assist, plus 145 here in this one. But we'll jump into the chat here and see what people think here. Afternoon, Terry. Hope all is well. Thanks, Brewski. I can't complain. Evangelista props have been cashing. Yeah, he's been good. He's been good recently. I have O'Reilly assist and Forsberg point as part of a multi-game parlay. All right. I like it. Josi with the power play point. Yeah, he's been really consistent recently. He has. So I got to take him. Got to take him here. Can't pass up on it. Like Strome and Carlson points. All right. I'm taking Marchessault for a power play point at plus 400. I'm going to add Josi to my card now too. Awesome, Sweet Pickles. I hope there's a bunch of penalties in this game. Normally, I say refs, put away the whistle, but no. Take out the whistle, blow on it all night long. At least until we get our points. Nashville 1-14 in the last 15 on the road with 0 days rest. Yikes. Okay, so Nashville might not be the right side here. Also, how are you today, Terry? Thanks, Sweet Pickles. I'm doing great. Can't complain. Today is Frank Mann's birthday. All right. Marchessault assists, plus 240, needs 1 to hit 300 career assists. Has 4 in his last 5 games. All right, best of luck. I cashed with Holt's anytime goal yesterday in the 3rd period. Very nice. But we'll continue on along with our next game, which is the New York Islanders and the New Jersey Devils. Islanders, minus 110. The Devils, minus 110. And a total of 5.5 here in this one. Let's see here. Ilya Sorokin confirmed for the Islanders, and Jake Allen confirmed for the New Jersey Devils here in this one. Similar numbers. Sorokin has an advantage there, a slight advantage when it comes to wins, goals against average, save percentage, and shutout. So Sorokin is the better goalie, but Jake Allen's stats aren't awful. The issue for this Devils team is that they have struggled to score goals. 1 goal against Ottawa, and then they followed that up with a 3-0 shutout in their last game against Columbus. And this might not be the team that they want to face when they're trying to score some goals. Islanders 6-0-1 in the last 7 meetings. 3 of the last 4 have gone under 5.5. And Islanders have held the Devils to 3 goals total over the last 4 meetings. So they've shut them out the last meeting last year. And then so far this year, 3-2 Islanders win, 2-1 Islanders win, and the most recent game, a 9-0 Islanders win. When I look at this one here, if this wasn't right before the break, I would think the Devils here, they just got shut out 9-0 to this team the last times they faced each other, and they just lost 3-0 in their last game. So this would potentially be a spot where I would look at the Devils and think, okay, this is a spot to bet on the Devils. But if you remember earlier on in the season, I can't remember exactly when it was, but the Devils were off a really bad loss, and everyone and their mother were on them to bounce back the next night. And I think it was a game they faced this Islanders team, but I faded them and took the Islanders. Good teams bounce back after bad spots, but teams like the Devils, 28-26-2, so they're 500 basically, not an awful team, but they're not in great form right now, scoring 1 goal in back-to-back games. And this is right before the Olympics. So I might have considered the Devils in the spot, but no interest in backing this team. They kind of look like a team that's already went on vacation 2 games ago. So cannot look at the Devils here. But I will take Matthew Barzal. Anytime goal, plus 240 here in this one. Barzal has been quietly on a heater recently. He has scored in 5 of his last 6 games and 2 of his last 3 games against the New Jersey Devils. So he's had success against the Devils. He's having success right now, plus 240 for Matthew Barzal to find the back of the net here in this one. Looking at players on streaks here, other than Barzal, Matthew Schaefer has a point in 4 games in a row, plus 100 for a point. I don't hate that at all. And then for the Islanders, Simon Holmstrom, a point in, also for the Islanders, a point in 3 of 5, plus 128. And the only player somewhat consistent right now for New Jersey is Dougie Hamilton, but his point streak came to an end and he doesn't have a point in back-to-back games. So not really anyone you can trust right now offensively for the Devils. Barzal, as I said, has scored in 4 of his last 5 of his last 6. Matthew Schaefer has a goal in 3 of his last 5 games, plus 470. And then assist streaks, not much to talk about here in this one. I wouldn't talk anyone off looking at the under here. I do think this is probably a lower scoring game. But I don't want to take the under at minus 125 personally, but I do think it's going to be low scoring. Good morning, Terry. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Nice to see you. Smash Palat, anytime goal facing his former team. Okay, that could be a good look. Schaefer, yeah, he's been hot recently. Can't talk you off him. Horvat, anytime goal, plus 180. All right. And then, I forgot to say Panarin trade to the LA Kings. Yeah, I guess I could have mentioned that at the beginning of the show as well. LA, I guess, is figuring we got to try to do something to beat the Oilers in the playoffs. I guess they think Panarin is the way to get that done. But we'll have to see. Now, the way the Oilers are playing right now, anybody could probably beat them in the playoffs the way they're playing right now, but it'll be a different story come playoff time. But heading on to our next game, we've got the Ottawa Senators, minus 135, road favorites. The Flyers, plus 115, home dogs, and a total of 6 here in this one. Dan Vladar confirmed for Philadelphia. And I believe, bear with me for a second, Linus Ullmark unconfirmed here for Ottawa in this one. Looking how these teams have done against each other in the past, pretty one-sided here. Ottawa, 8-1-1 in the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Now, back-to-back games have gone under 5.5, but the previous 7 were very high scoring. 6 of the previous 7 going over 6.5, and the only game that stayed under finished with 6 goals. 3 of the last 5 have gone to overtime between these two teams, so they played some close games in recent meetings overall. For me here in this one, we're going back to him. Give me Tim Stützle. Anytime goal, plus 175 here in this game. Stützle has scored in 4 games in a row. He's averaging 3.28 shots on goal over his last 7 games. And if you look at recent games against Philadelphia, he scored in 2 of the last 3 games between the two teams, but he scored 2 goals in both games, including the most recent game against the Flyers. He's also scored in 3 of his last 5 trips to Philadelphia. So hot right now, scoring goals, has had success against this team and in this building. Give me Tim Stützle, anytime goal, plus 175 here in this game. Looking at other players to mention here in this one. Giroux's 3 of 5 at the point, but did not get one in his last game. But he likes to face his former team. Points in 10 of his last 11 games against his former team. Wow. He has a point in 10 of his last 11 against his former team and points in 7 of his last 10. So Giroux point plus 115 is not a bad bet at all here in this game. If it wasn't right before the Olympic break, I might consider adding some more plays, but I don't want to go too heavy here. But Giroux point, definitely a good look here in this game. Goal streaks, other than Tim Stützle, Konechny has scored in 3 of 5, plus 235. No power play point streaks really here. Assist streaks, Batherson 4 games in a row with an assist, plus 140. Plays with Stützle. Stützle also has an assist in 4 of his last 5, plus 100. Konechny an assist in 3 games in a row. And Konechny has had success assisting against the Senators. He has an assist in 8 of his last 9 against Ottawa. So Konechny assist, also not a bad look here for this one. Let's jump into the chat. Good day, Terry. Volume is good today. Yeah, but I don't know. The day before the break, some players and some teams are already on vacation. It's just trying to figure out who they are. That's the only thing. Cousins, all right. Batherson assist, not a bad look. Obviously, I like Stützle goal. They go hand in hand together. Weird parlay, but here it goes. Giroux point plus York 2+ blocks plus Vladar 23 plus saves plus 425. That not weird, but very unique. Very unique parlay. I like it. Sweet Pickles. Good vibes. Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate that. Under 6.5. I guess I don't know. When it comes to the total. Last 2 have been low scoring, but before that, high scoring. Looking at how both teams have been playing recently. Bear with me for a second. Ottawa 7-1, 5-2, 4-1, 3-2, 4-3. So some high scoring games, and then Philadelphia 4-0, 5-3, 6-3, 3-2, 4-2. So it could go either way, I think, here with the total in this one. Stützle loves playing the Flyers. Yes. I'm not taking it for 2 goals, but as I said, 2 of the last 3, he scored 2 goals against the Flyers. So is Allmark starting? Not yet confirmed, but I would expect so. Yes, I would. But we will move on along to our next game, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. The Pens plus 105 road dogs, Buffalo minus 125 home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this game. Looking at goalies here, Arturs, I can't pronounce your last name, Chivos, in net for Pittsburgh, and then Alex Lyon likely for the Buffalo Sabres. Lyon, the better numbers overall. But Shivos coming off a good game in his last game, 3-2 losing effort to the Ottawa Senators, and overall 6-2-2 record in his last 10 games. So not an auto fade per se here. And then looking at recent games between the two teams, Buffalo 3-2-1 in the last 6. So it's kind of been even. Pittsburgh winning some games, Buffalo winning others. 3 of the last 4 going over 6.5. The one game that stayed under finished with 6 goals. This is the member play of the day. So members will get my premium play here in this game posted right when the show is over. But that doesn't mean I don't have anything for the show. Igor Chinnikov, anytime goal plus 370. There's just incredible value with Chinnikov here in this game. He has now scored in 3 of his last 4 games and 5 of his last 7. But he's shooting the puck a lot, averaging 3.75 shots on goal over his last 4 games. And he scored in back-to-back games he's played against this Buffalo Sabres team. So Chinnikov, red hot right now, has had success against the Sabres. No player on the second line should be plus 370 to score when he scored in 5 of his last 7 games. It's just not priced correctly. Also developing really great chemistry with Evgeny Malkin, who didn't get a point in his last game, but has been really hot recently. So Chinnikov, anytime goal, plus 370, a no-brainer play here. And I couldn't leave him off. Was going to be a full unit play, and then I decided against it and went with the half unit play here. Ryan McLeod, over half an assist in this one. He has an assist in 6 of his last 7 games, and 2 games where he had 2 assists. Absolutely red hot for the Buffalo Sabres. Also has an assist in 5 of his last 7 home games. And in his most recent game, the game these two teams played against each other this year, he recorded an assist there in that game. So plus 145, Ryan McLeod over half an assist. I couldn't not bet this because I look at this kind of like how Cole Cylinder yesterday. Didn't end up getting to it. It stood out. It was a complete standout play, but got busy after the show. Didn't end up pulling the trigger, and he, of course, got a point in the first 4 minutes of the game. So I'm not saying McLeod's gonna do that here, but I can't leave him off my card. Plus 145, Ryan McLeod over half an assist here in this one. Taking a look at some other players here that have been playing well. Dahlin obviously is on a heater right now, on a point streak. Jack Quinn has a point in 4 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10. Of course, plays with McLeod. Minus 120 for a point there. Chinnikov, if you don't want to go with the goal, you can take his point prop at plus 128. Definitely good value there. Anthony Mantha has been red hot for the Pens, plus 122. Ryan McLeod point, if you don't want to go with the assist, his points minus 108, minus 110. You could go that way as well. Josh Doan has been heating up points in back-to-back games, minus 105. And goals in back-to-back games, plus 295. Mantha scored in 3 of his last 5 games, plus 367 here. Doan, power play point, power play goal in back-to-back games, plus 290. Assist streaks, Dahlin, minus 140 for an assist, so no value there, but he's on a heater. Mentioned McLeod already. Jack Quinn also has an assist in back-to-back games, plus 146 here in this game. Go to the chat. Each of the Flyers' last 6 home games against the Senators following win have gone under. Okay. Yeah, low scoring. The last 2 have been very low scoring. I remember their 353 penalty minutes game. Let's see that tonight. Stutzel's a stud, for sure. She lost. Thank you, Rich. For some reason, I just can't get that name. I don't know why. Thompson, no value. I agree. Back to the well with Darlene. I would use it as a parlay piece. The assist minus 140. There's just no value. And obviously the history against Tampa Bay is huge, but hard to make sense of teams wanting to rest players when they have the next 3 weeks off, except the Olympians. Yeah, I can agree with that. Darlene, Thompson, Samuelson. Not a bad parlay there. Sabres over 6.5, minus 120. I like goals in this game. Yeah, guys are on hot streaks right now. Mantha, goals 3 in last 5 plus 275. Yeah, he's been hot. Samuelson, Blinkus, 2-leg point parlay. Okay, 2 defensemen there. Here. TNT, Thompson, anytime goal, plus 120. Best of luck. But moving on along to our next game, the Battle of Florida. The Florida Panthers, plus 155, road dogs. Tampa, minus 185, home favorites. And a total of 6 here. In this one, Andrei Vasilevsky confirmed for Tampa Bay. Should be Danil Tarasov in net here on the second night of a back-to-back for the Florida Panthers. How are these two teams doing recently? Well, the Panthers got a much-needed 5-4 shootout win in their last game against the Boston Bruins. They've been involved in some high-scoring games. 4-3 loss against Utah, 5-4 loss to St. Louis, 2-1 win against Winnipeg, but the Jets can't score to save their life right now. 5-3 loss to Buffalo and a 5-4, obviously, shootout win against Boston. Tampa's won 4 in a row. It goes back much further than that. They've been on a heater for a while now. 8-5 loss to Columbus, 2-0 win to Utah, 4-1 win to Winnipeg. 6-5 shootout loss to Boston and a 6-5 shootout win, and then a 4-3 overtime win against Buffalo. So both of these teams have gone to overtime in recent games. Both teams have been involved in some high-scoring games. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know how much offense we get from Florida overall here, but I think Tampa is going to bring it here in this one. Of course, it is the first game before the Olympic, or the last game before the Olympic break, but Tampa, yes, they've been so hot heading into this break, but there are some teams that you might look at and think, okay, this team is probably going to maybe take it easy here before the break. What do they really have to play for? If this was Tampa against Anaheim or Los Angeles or St. Louis or whoever, maybe I could see Tampa Bay not showing up for this game, but it's their biggest rival, their interstate rival here. I think Tampa Bay does come to play here in this game. And for me, took him for a quarter unit on the last show. We're going full unit here. Give me Darren Radish, anytime goal, plus 380. Kind of like Chinnikov, incredible value here with Radish. Now, he took his sweet time cashing for us in the last game, of course, getting that empty netter to tie the game. Give us a first period goal this time, okay, Radish? Don't make us sweat so hard. But 5 games in a row with a goal. He's averaging 4 shots on goal over his last 9 games. He's shooting the puck a lot. At least 3 shots on goal in 8 of his last 9 games. Over 2.5 shots on goal, I think, was minus 110 for Radish. So I like that as well. And his last 2 games against Florida, he's got 5 shots on goal in both games. Didn't score, but 5 shots on goal. Shooting the puck so much right now, on a goal streak heater. This Florida Panthers team not doing well. Second night of a back-to-back before the Olympic break. Give me Darren Radish. Anytime goal, plus 380 here in this game. And then, let's see here. Yes, his over 2.5 shots on goal, I'm saying minus 120. 6 games in a row. He has at least 3 shots on goal. Point streaks with value. Not Kucherov, over 1.5 points, minus 160. No value there. Jake Gensel, over 1.5 points, plus 136. He has done that in 5 of his last 8 games, back-to-back games. Here, Uvis Blinkus point in back-to-back games, 3 of 5, plus 182. Definitely value with him. Obviously, Radish, I mentioned for a goal streak already. Kucherov has scored in 3 games in a row, 4 of his last 5, but plus 120. Not a lot of value there. Power play point streaks. Radish, 4 of his last 5 games is the power play point, plus 155. Nikita Kucherov's power play point prop is minus 130 for him to get a power play point. He has one in 4 of his last 5 games. If Florida takes penalties, 1 or 2, or let's not say 1. If Florida takes 2 or 3 penalties, then yeah, Kucherov is going to get a power play point, but at minus 130, no value there. If you want to back Kucherov, over 1.5 assists, plus 130, 4 of his last 5 games, he's done that. And that's basically about it. Radish, 3 games in a row with an assist, minus 130, but we want him to score. We want him to score here in this one. Let's go to the chat here. Deja vu. Yeah, sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? Tampa puck line, team total over 3.5, minus 115. Ooh, I like that. I do. That's good odds for that. I think that's, if you want to back Tampa here, I think that's the way to do it, is the team total over 3.5. Cooch over 1.5 assists, has 12 in the last 5 games, needs 2 to hit 700 career assists. All right, I like it. Radish, yes. Keep going, yes. Vasi is 2-0-0 versus the Panthers this year with a .939 save percentage. Exactly why I don't like the full game over and why I would go with Tampa team total over. That's why. Well, that's one of the reasons why, for sure. Brewski, of course, a Panthers fan. Bolts are about to take out some playoff frustrations on us tonight, like the Canes did a few weeks back. Tampa puck line and team total over 3.5. I could see it. Washington sends Carolina, Tampa Bay. Parlay, plus 575. Nice money line parlay there. I don't hate it. Kucherov, over 1.5 assists, plus 130. Not bad. Erod has been consistently beating his shots line. All right. Kuch over 1.5 points, minus 170. Exactly, Brewski. Wow. McLeod assist parlayed with Connect Me assist plus 332. Your best bet of the day. I don't hate that at all. Obviously, I mentioned the stats on both those guys. I like it. Limited benefits. But on to our final game of the night. We've got the LA Kings plus 110, the Vegas Golden Knights minus 130, and a total of 6 here in this one. How have these two teams done against each other recently? The Kings, 4-0-1 in the last 5 meetings between the two teams. 5 of the last 6 going over 6.5. We've seen very high scoring games between these two rivals. Back-to-back games going to overtime between these two teams. Both these teams on the second night of a back-to-back. The road team has won both games. LA winning 6-5 in a shootout, and then the Golden Knights winning 3-2 in overtime between these two teams. The draw. I should probably be on the draw here. I probably should, but not going to get to anything ultimately here. The Kings were on an under streak. Their last game 4-2 against Seattle last night. The Golden Knights have been mostly an over team. Got the 5-2 win against the Canucks in their last game. Lean with the Kings a little bit here, but not enough to pull the trigger on it. And player props. He's going to score because I'm leaving him off the card, but that's okay. Ivan Barbashev, I'm seeing plus 340 for him to score, plus 330 as well. He's scored in 4 games in a row. At least 3 shots on goal in all 4 games. So he's been hot recently. Not a whole lot of success against LA overall, but Barbashev red hot right now. He's probably going to score. Because I didn't bet him. Maybe I'll add him later on, but probably not. His point prop plus 106, points in 4 of his last 5 games. Obviously, when you scored in 4 games in a row. Pavel Dorofeyev, points in 3 of 5, minus 115. Here in this one, Marner scored in 3 of his last 4 games. Did not score last night. And was that power play point streaks? No. Assist streaks here. Adrian Kempe, 3 games in a row with an assist, plus 140. Eichel, minus 168. No value with his assist prop here in this game. Let's go to the chat here. Over 6, plus 100. I could see it. Very high, heavy history between these two teams. Fiala assist, plus 160. Best of luck, Mr. Mantis. People who put their ducats down on Vegas Edmonton so far have lost. That's hard to trust either. Yeah. Vegas Edmonton, 2 teams that I don't trust. That really I don't bet on sidewise that often. Overpriced. Eichel over 1.5 points, plus 141. All right. But moving on along to the show best bet. Oh, hold on a second. Brant Clark, 3 goals in 6 games versus Vegas, and 2 goals in 2 games versus Hill, plus 750. Great value there. Today's best bet. Now, if you watched the show so far, you've seen a lot of big plus money tickets. When I'm looking at the best bet segment, it's not necessarily the bet I'm most confident is going to cash necessarily, but it's my favorite bet of the day and the one if you guys are going to tail one play from me on the slate, this is the one that you should tail. That's how I look at the best bet segment here. I have to go with him. It was a tough choice. I went back and forth between Radish and Igor Chinnikov, but I have to go with Chinnikov. Anytime goal, plus 370. There's one bet you should tail me on today's slate. I think it's Chinnikov. Anytime goal, plus 370. 5 of his last 7 games with a goal. Back-to-back games against the Sabres, he scored a goal. Red hot right now. Playing with Malkin, who, of course, will not be going to the Olympics. Russians today, I think you could see a lot of the Russians play really well today. Of course, Chinnikov with him as well. So anytime goal, plus 370 for Igor Chinnikov is my best bet for today. Vegas 4-0. We'll go here. Vegas 4-0, last 4 games on 0 days rest. Okay, then we go to the back-to-back. Plus 320. I know. Should probably add him for a half unit at least. But Edmonton and Florida have had the 2 longest seasons the past 2 years. If they look mentally exhausted right now, they are. I agree. Florida, it's going to be really tough for them just to make the playoffs. And then to go anywhere, it's going to be very tough. I think their streak is going to come to an end. Dorofeyev has 3 goals in 1 game versus Forsberg. All right. Great stuff like always, Terry. See you in a few weeks. Hey, don't miss the NHL midseason shows that are going to start coming out tomorrow. And I might have a little bit of Olympic content, so everyone keep an eye on the channel. Might still have some stuff. And I'm probably going to have a Super Bowl video coming out tomorrow as well. Chinnikov 3 shots at plus 190 is good too if you play the shots game. There we go. I agree. Good luck to all. You too, Eddie. Thanks for watching. Best luck to everyone watching. And we'll see you guys. Obviously on the they'll be pre-recorded, so no live show probably until the Olympics are over. So thank you as always. Best luck to everyone on the card, and we'll see you guys on the next show. Thanks for watching, guys.